Welcome back, YouTube. My name is TayVikes28, and we are back live once again here in the Toronto Huskies franchise. It has been quite some time, and I'm going to fill you in on why that is, as well as get into the franchise once again. So we got a lot ready to go here for you guys this week. But the most important thing is got to check the audio as we always do. And while I'm doing that, I'll give you guys a little bit of a life update outside of this Toronto Huskies franchise to explain what's been going on and why there hasn't been any new videos or anything like that. So to start this thing off, I got to check my audio. New videos or anything like that. So to start this thing. All right, looks like the audio sounds all right for you guys. Hopefully it all stays that way for the rest of the stream. That's what we hope. But as I mentioned before, there has been about a 5.5 month hiatus here with the Toronto Huskies franchise. Now I know that is a little bit unexpected, I guess, is the easiest way to say. I think last time we streamed here was actually in August, like August 7th or something like that, beginning of August. And the main reason for that is life, to be honest. A lot of changes in my life recently. Long story short, I started a new job and all that good stuff. So it's taken a lot of my focus to do other things, important things. So the main thing right now is obviously focusing on getting all that stuff ready to go and make sure all that's in a good spot so I could come back and do this and be 100% focused for you guys. So here we are once again in the Toronto Huskies franchise. As I mentioned, it's been about 5 or 6 months. So we need to get a little bit of a recap. What was the last thing that happened here, and what is the Toronto Huskies franchise? So the Huskies franchise is a little different than most of the franchises you'll see on YouTube. A lot of different franchises, you'll see the players playing the games. We don't play the games here. Now, that's not to mean this isn't a team building exercise, because this is the most intense team building exercise you'll probably see on YouTube. And what that means is that we don't go out there and control anything about the game. We put a team out there, kind of like a GM does in the NFL. They put together a team, and then it is out of their hands. It is up to the players and the coaches to figure out how good the team is going to be. And that is essentially what we're doing here. It's kind of like NFL head coach or NFL GM in a sense. So how do we do that, though? That's not to say we don't see any of our players play. What that means is we still get to see and play every single game. When I say play, it's not necessarily us playing it as much as it's simming. Now, we're not simming the game, but to where we just hit advance next week and go to next week and see what happens. No, we jump in and we watch every single snap of every single game, and it gives us a really good insight as to what it would be like if you were an NFL GM, because you don't have control on what happens on the field. You put together a product that you think should produce, and then at that point in time, it is up to the players, the coaches, and whatever else may be to see whether what you've put together can do its job, hopefully. So that is essentially what we've been doing. We've started as the worst team in football because, as you see, the Toronto Huskies, you're like, who is that? That's not a real team. That is true. It is an expansion team, okay, from, that's right, Toronto. But originally, this used to be the team rights to the Jacksonville Jaguars that Shad Khan, the owner, decided he wanted nothing to do with football anymore. He's had his fair share of that. And so he's going to go and do something else. And he sold the team rights to none other than, in the top right-hand corner, you see Ryan Fitzmagic, a.k.a. Ryan Fitzpatrick, the GOAT, okay, best journeyman quarterback of all time, decided he was going to, put those brains that he used out there in Harvard to use and try and get himself a stable NFL franchise, essentially. And so he moved his team up north to Toronto. He wanted to give those Canadians some love up there. And not only that, but it was also, for the first time ever in NFL history, the owner was also the starting quarterback for the first season of the Huskies franchise. Now, it started off rough. It was mostly all practice squad players, because essentially all the players that were Jaguars got released, and so they were open for any other team to pick up. And so there were only a couple of players that were at all decent on this team. I think they started out sitting around like a 64 overall, 65 overall, or something like that across the board. And then within a year, we jumped that up into the 70s, and then another year, and now it's up into the 80s. And we also have a new quarterback, so lots of changes here. So let's show you guys the team. All right. So starting at the top, we've got second-year quarterback Trevor Nickerson, because this is the third season. We only had Ryan Fitzpatrick for 1 year, and then we immediately went out and drafted a quarterback because he retired, wanted to focus on being a owner in the NFL. So he just essentially got us over that hurdle. And so now we have Trevor Nickerson, the Maine product. All right, the quarterback from Maine. And he has some interesting abilities here, as you see. He's got good accuracies across the board. He has a little bit of speed. He can do just about anything you would ask a quarterback to do. And so that is very exciting, something that we can really, I would say, focus on in terms of development, is this quarterback in Trevor Nickerson, hopefully quarterback of the future. And we have Philip Rivers here as a mentor for him. And then at the running back spot, excuse me, at the running back spot, we did sign Aaron Jones. Now, Aaron Jones is obviously a pretty good running back, 89 overall. We got him in free agency, and he has had a pretty good track record here with your Huskies. I believe this is his second year here on the team. He's starting off about 200 yards, no touchdowns yet this year. But last year he had over 1,000 yards for your Huskies, was a focal point in this offense. They also drafted rookie Travis Etienne to hopefully give that 1-2 punch here, and veteran Latavius Murray for depth. And then at fullback, you got C.J. Ham, longtime Viking. Nice to see him on the roster, and a solid fullback. And then at wide receiver, we got a slew of young guys here. Very young team. You'll see that to be a trend. Young team with some specific veteran presence in different areas. You got CeeDee Lamb as the number one receiver, and you might know him. He's a little bit different in this franchise than he is in real life. He's not quite that player that you are used to. Still very good, as you can see. But you look at the stats for CeeDee Lamb. Last year he had 1,000 yards receiving, first time in his career. Not a lot of touchdowns, though. This year he's on track to have touchdowns, so having a pretty good start to the year. And then the third-year player, Keontae Bonds, who was the player who actually scored the first ever touchdown in Toronto Huskies history. And that is Keontae Bonds, the wide receiver. And as you see, very well-rounded receiver here. He can do a little bit of everything. And that is something that we really focus on, especially early on in this franchise. But as you see, he doesn't have those big numbers. Closest he got was about 600 yards. This is the best year in terms of touchdowns that he's ever had. So nothing too crazy there. But then you got T. Higgins, who we signed in free agency. I believe it was 2 years ago. So last year he played with us, had 500 and a little bit over 500 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's having an all right season so far this year. He's kind of in that number 3 role for this team. And then Michael Pittman Jr., we have seen him spot start occasionally. He's not the Michael Pittman that we all know from current day. Obviously, he's a little bit rawer in here. And then you got Trent Sherfield, who had a really important role in this team when they started out. And you see here, he has had his moments. He had 400 yards almost and 2 touchdowns, and one of the craziest plays I have ever seen in NFL history. Definitely go check that out. It was against the Colts, I believe, a year ago maybe. And it was one of the craziest endings to a football game I've ever seen. Definitely go check that out if you get the chance. And then at tight end, we did acquire Travis Kelce. That's right. We stole Pat Mahomes' #1 target away from him. And I just really felt like he was something that this team needed. They needed that presence who could just come in and really take over. And we had initially Delaney Walker before he retired. Actually, I don't even know that he retired, but he just started regressing pretty hard. And he was really good for us that first year. And so then we had to find a replacement. And Jesper Horsted, stepped up in a few moments here or there. We signed Jonnu Smith then the next year, and he played well, but he played really well, but he's not Travis Kelce. And so there was an opportunity for us to go get Travis Kelce. And so that is exactly what we did. And he's signed under contract for a handful of years here. So that's a nice deal that we have him on. Pretty team friendly as well. So it's definitely an advantageous situation for us there at the tight end spot, because we still do have Jonnu Smith as well and Jesper Horsted. So a nice tight end room we've got there. So dual tight end roles in this offense. And then across the offensive line, very, very young. We have second-year left tackle Adam Ritter, superstar left tackle. That's right. He very well-rounded, very strong player, and he doesn't really... his first year he struggled. He did struggle his first year, but that's to be expected from a rookie. But he's definitely picked it up here in year 2. And then we went out and had Netane Muti here starting, but then we drafted Trey Smith in this last draft. Rookie, and you guys might recognize the name there, but he's definitely not the player that he is currently in the NFL. And so far, he's been all right, but I don't believe that he's starting currently for your Huskies, because you'll see why. You got Nick Harris at center. He's been with us for a couple of seasons now. He's an all right center, really good pass blocker. He struggles a little bit in the run blocking department. And then we went out and got we had money, and so there was an opportunity for us to go and get a really big upgrade across the offensive line in free agency, and that was David DeCastro, veteran, superstar, one of the top guards in the NFL, and super well-rounded. I felt like he was a really big part to help this offense grow. And he essentially took over the role that Lorenzo Betts was initially playing for us. And he was a really nice draft pick from us a couple seasons ago. And he started to really form his own, mold of player that he is, because he's well-rounded, but he's a really strong run blocker. So that's a nice, difference maker on that right side. You really want that. And as you can see, he doesn't let up a ton of sacks. All right. And then you look at right tackle. You got Jedrick Wills here. We've had since the beginning of the series. We had him at left tackle originally, and then we moved him over to right tackle when we drafted Adam Ritter. And then you got left end Efedi Adenabo, who has been essentially starting from the beginning of this series, and he's been a very key part of this series, 5 sacks and then 7 sacks. And now, though, he has found himself as kind of not really finding the field a whole lot, and you'll see why as we move forward. You got Ryan Kerrigan, though, who we signed, I believe, 2 years ago, actually, and he was a massive contributor for us last season. 9.5 sacks. I think he was close to leading, if not leading the team in sacks. And then, obviously, we had to bring him back after that. So we brought him back, and he's been an absolute force up front for us. Great signing, and some depth here, including rookie Aiden Hutchinson. Hopefully he'll develop into a good player. And then at defensive tackle, one of the best players on the team, and superstar DT Floyd Ellis, who is an absolute monster up front. I think he could be the next Aaron Donald up front. It is absolutely insane, some of the stuff this man can do. So it's nice to see. He may not put up the numbers necessarily, but as a defensive tackle to get 12 sacks, and that's what he got last year, that's pretty impressive stuff. So it's nice to see him continuing to play well. And then we have a couple of guys here behind him. And then this past draft, we were able to snag Micah Parsons here. And this is why Obviously, Ifeadi Adenabo no longer starts because we have Micah Parsons as a left outside linebacker, superstar X Factor. That's right. And, you know, when you find a guy like that, you got to put him out on the field. You just can't not. So he's at 6.5 sacks so far this year, and he's been a real force up front. Logan Wilson we brought in to be a coverage linebacker more than anything, because that is something that he excels at. Now, it's not to say he can't get after the quarterback. He still has those abilities with good power and block shedding, but he's got that 78 zone coverage, which we really wanted to focus on, possibly putting him into middle linebacker role at some point. Because right now, middle linebacker, we have the veteran Demario Davis, who came in and really was a nice force up front for us. He's someone who immediately comes in and essentially controls that defense, is that person up front you can count on. We also brought in veteran Jordan Hicks as well to help him out up front. And a couple of young guys here in Nick Bolton and JJ Mirable, who hopefully can develop into good players to take over that role eventually. And then we also have one of the best picks in Huskies franchise alongside the obvious defensive tackle Floyd Ellis. You also have a Darius Evans, X Factor, right outside linebacker, and he is an absolute monster. He does it all. He can cover, he can shed blocks, he can play the run, he can play the pass. It does not matter. He can get after the quarterback. He does a little bit of everything. Last year, he only had 3 sacks, but he had a lot of tackles for loss, huge in the run game. And this year, he's already up to 6 sacks. And then Quincy Williams, you cannot forget about the man. First ever superstar in Toronto Huskies franchise that we had. And Quincy Williams, he started as a 64 or 65 overall player, and he is up to this already. An absolute phenomenal story here with Quincy Williams. So we had to keep the man on the team, and he's had some really good roles over the past few years. First year ever in Huskies franchise history, he had 10 sacks, and he was a real force on this defense. And he's slowly been diminishing his role occasionally here or there, but this year we really wanted to focus on getting him back on the field and in a prime position to succeed. And then at cornerback, we went out in free agency and got a couple of guys, including Marshawn Lattimore, who we signed on a multi-year deal. Nice to see him playing and playing well. As you see here, he has been a pretty good number 1 corner, someone we can rely on to take out at least one target on the opposing offense. And then you got Big Play Slay, the superstar veteran here, someone that we can really count on to be that number 2. And he also is quite good at taking away the football. 6 interceptions last year, and we're hoping that he can get back on that board here soon on the interception column. Hasn't been able to get one yet this year. And then you got Richie Branch, the 3rd-year player now, and I am excited to see him develop. He's been slowly developing, getting better every single season, and I feel like he's starting to finally find his footing and could possibly replace Big Play Slay after this year, depending on how his development continues. We also signed Trayvon Diggs and already had Nick Needham on the roster. So a lot of young guys here who could hopefully develop into starters. And then at safety, we traded for Jalen Thompson pretty early on in the series, and we just felt like we needed a difference maker in the back end, and he's played well for us. He has had big moments, and he's had moments where we just shake our head. This year he's had 3 interceptions. He seems to be finding his footing in the back end after a little bit of development. He took over Lano Hill's role when he came onto this team. I just felt like we needed an upgrade at the time. And then at safety, we were able to draft Jaquil Easter, X-Factor safety, and this is his 2nd year, and he's a hard-hitting safety. He is a big dude in terms of hit power. And it may not seem like it with 84, but he definitely gets in there and hits hard and tackles quite well. He makes some big splashes in the run game as well as the pass game. A couple of forced fumbles here. Already has 3 this season. And then at kicker, we have Josh Lambo, one of the only Jaguars to, continue to play for us, and Matt Hack at punter. So as you see here, we've got a pretty solid squad, and a squad that I think the first year we won maybe 2 games, if I'm not mistaken. Then the next year we followed that up with, I believe, 4 games that we won. And so now here in year number 3, we're hoping to really take this thing into the next level. And as you see, we're already at 5 wins and right in the AFC South contention here, tied with the Colts at the top. And it's a very tight race here. We've got a division game here in week number 11 against the Houston Texans. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this thing. Now, it has been a while since I've done this, so please bear with me. Make sure I get it correct. So this is the Texans team that has J.J. Watt still and Jamar Chase. That's right. Forgot Jamar Chase ended up on the Texans in this one. I can't quite remember who all they have. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. But to start this thing off, we're going to be jumping into the Toronto Huskies playing host this week against the Houston Texans up north where it's nice and cold, but hopefully not too cold in this game as your Huskies have the dome open. And those are not your commentators. My name is TayVikes28 and I'll be commentating for you guys today. And as you see, this crowd is fired up and ready to go. You see your squad getting all hyped up in the tunnel coming out, and you see your division rivals, the Houston Texans, traveling up north for this one. Let's see how this game goes for your Huskies today. They're hoping to really get a much-needed win out here. So let's go ahead and go to slow, and we will to the end of game. So, Miami Fairbairn's going to kick this one off here as your Huskies will take a knee in the end zone. Getting the ball here at the 25 is this Huskies offense, led by none other than Trevor Nickerson, who had a pretty good season last year. 16 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. He was efficient. He may not have put up the gaudy numbers that a lot of other quarterbacks do, but he was an efficient quarterback. All right, so we're starting off here under center as Nickerson takes the snap, and he's going to drop back here, look over the middle, and almost intercepted. A tough throw there to start off with. It was intended for CeeDee Lamb, as we've already showed this offensive unit here, but we're going to show it again. You see a lot of skill players here that are very young, and a very, very young team here, as Trevor Nickerson's going to throw here again, trying to target CeeDee Lamb. This time it does hit CeeDee Lamb in the chest, unable to catch the ball here though. And the defensive unit here for the Texans, you'll recognize some names here. Bernard McKinney and Zach Cunningham in the middle continue to be anchors there, and then they also have Justin Reed on the back end, who hopefully won't play too much of a factor here against Nickerson. And a high snap here, and they're going to go ahead and run it on 3rd and 10. And I don't know if they were trying to catch the defense off guard there, but it is unable to do so as Akeem Moore comes up with the tackle, only letting about 3 yards there for Aaron Jones. So that is going to end up a 3 and out for your Toronto Huskies to start this game, as the punt is off here and looking like it is going to be returned, as we get a little bit of a return here from Houston, getting out to the 32. That is Baker. And that's right, Deshaun Watson coming out. As you see, not too crazy numbers there for Deshaun last year. Solid, 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, but it looks like he may have missed some time last season. So now here they're going to start under center at the 32-yard line, as Watson's going to hand this one off. And a nice move there by the running back, as I believe that is Duke Johnson. As you see, you got Laramie Tunsil, Kelechi Asemele, a couple of guys who have been there in Houston for a few years. Jamar Chase is their number 2, with Will Fuller still out there as the number 1. So they have a nice duo there at wide receiver. So now it is 2nd and 7, as it's going to be a quick throw outside, and trying to break the tackle, as it looks like Will Fuller slipped there initially as he caught the football. And this defensive unit for the Huskies has been on fire this season, and it is nice to see all this work that the Huskies have put together really coming together at a perfect time, and hopefully going to help push them into the playoffs here, as that catch by Will Fuller went for nothing. So now it's 3rd and 7, and Watson is turning around and throwing over the middle, and that is caught at the 49-yard line there, as I believe, yes, that is Yates with the reception, as I am not quite sure who was supposed to be covering him there. Looks like a couple of people were unsure as to whose assignment it was. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line, nearing midfield already, the Texans are, as Watson's going to take the snap, and he's going to look for the dump-off option, get it to him, but actually lose yardage there, as that was Duke Johnson with the reception. So now it is 2nd and 10, and Watson's going to take the snap, look to the right, and that is complete downfield. That is Will Fuller getting down to the 35-yard line, and another first down. Watson pretty efficient so far, 4 for 4. And we've seen Will Fuller torch this defense before, so hopefully that is not the case here in this one. So now 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line, as Watson is under center, and he's going to hand this one off, but a big stop up front, and that is Philip Lindsay losing a yard there. And what a play. Floyd Ellis, of course, up front making the stop, as he absolutely threw his blocker out of the way and went in there to get that one. Nice play there by this front four. So now it is 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line. Empty backfield for Watson, as he's going to step up, and he is going down. That is Floyd Ellis again. As you see, he is celebrating another sack on the season. I believe that is going to be sack number 7 or 6 or 7, if I'm not mistaken there. So another nice play, as Watson, I think, was trying to step up into the pocket and make something happen, but he steps right up into a sack as the big man gets him. So now it is 3rd and 15 at the 40, and that might have put him out of field goal range here, as Watson's going to throw deep over the middle, and that is caught. That is Will Fuller again. 23 yards there from Will Fuller inside the 20. Now they're already in the red zone. What a nice throw there by Deshaun Watson, getting in there, putting a little bit of touch on that one to float it in there to Will Fuller, let him run to the spot. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Couple of receivers to the right-hand side. And it's going to be a handoff in a big hole here. And what a move by Duke Johnson, as that gets him out to the 6-yard line, breaking some ankles. So now 1st and goal at the 6-yard line here for the Texans. And I do have to say I am very, very excited to see what this this Toronto team is able to do, trying to get some stops. They've been really good in the red zone, bend but don't break type of style. And so now under center again, as Deshaun Watson takes a quick throw outside, and that is caught by the tight end, but unable to get to the end zone down at the 1-yard line. I believe that was Nick Vanette. No, Kyle Waring, excuse me. So now 2nd and goal here. And Watson's going to elect to throw, and he has got some pressure, and that is Floyd Ellis again. The 2nd sack of the day and 3rd play on this drive that Floyd Ellis has made. He is making a statement here in this game and making his presence known from these Houston Texans up front. So now it is 3rd and goal at the 8-yard line, and Deshaun Watson has plenty of time, but eventually time runs out as there was no one downfield, or at least no one I saw that was open, as that is Micah Parsons this time with the sack. And once again, this defense, bend but don't break mentality, shows up big. They were as close as they could get without getting in at the 1-yard line and end up going back all the way to the 16 by the time 4th down rolls around. So that field goal attempt is good, making Houston here taking the lead 3-0 right now. Let's see if this Huskies team can get back on the field and make something happen. Excuse me. All right, it looks like it is time to see this offense once again, starting out at the 25 again. Hopefully this time it goes a little bit better, as they're going to start with a pitch here to Aaron Jones as he's trying to get outside but is unable to find the edge there. Good play there by the defender. So that is Zach Cunningham on the tackle. So now it is 2nd and 10, going under center once again. Quick throw outside. That is caught by CeeDee Lamb, trying to make something happen, but unable to get out there. Maybe a gain of 1, if that. So now it is 3rd and 10 in the gun, as Nickerson's going to drop back here and throw over to the right-hand side. That is caught for a 1st down at the 40-yard line, and they finally get the first down, and that is Keontae Bonds for 14 yards. So now 1st and 10, Nickerson's going to take the snap and look downfield, and that is Travis Kelce with the reception inside or past the 50 to the 41, as that is a nice 19-yard gain there on 1st down, as all of a sudden Nickerson is letting it loose here, and maybe that's all that he needed, was a little bit of encouragement to get this game underway. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line, and they're going back to the running game here, and a nice broken tackle there, but Aaron Jones goes backwards anyways, losing a couple of yards there as Justin Reed comes up and catches him from behind. So now it is going to be 2nd and 12. And I'd really like to see this rushing attack get a little bit more involved. It seems like they just haven't been able to find anything so far in this one, as it is 2nd and 12, and I believe Aaron Jones has a total of 1 yard on the day. So Nickerson throwing once again, and that is very dangerous. Not sure what he was thinking there, as Trent Sherfield was the intended target. So now it is 3rd and 12 as Nickerson takes this snap and throws again to the right side. That is caught, and it is going to be a 1st down, just enough yardage there, as they needed 12 and got 14 from T. Higgins on the nice out route. So it's nice to see them spreading the ball out. It seems like everyone has been getting involved in the passing game right here. They're not just solely going after one guy, which is important because it makes it hard for the defense to key in and figure out who to stop. So now they're going back to the running game, and a nice broken tackle here as that gets up to the 21. That is Aaron Jones again. Nice run there. Best run of the day is 9 yards for him on 1st down. So now it's 2nd and 1, and Nickerson's going to have a quick throw here to the left, and a big hit, but able to hold on right there is Keontae Bonds. So it's going to be 1st and 10, and they are unable to get the snap off. So that'll end the first quarter here. Score of 3-0, but Toronto is driving right now inside the red zone. So let's see what they do here coming out of the break. It is 1st and 10 at the 15, back under center, and throwing again to Travis Kelce, and again getting some nice yardage for a first down. As that is 11 yards to Travis Kelce. So it is 1st and goal now at the 4-yard line. And they're going with a fullback dive here, and C.J. Ham goes nowhere, as he is gobbled up very quickly there. So now 2nd and goal. A couple of receivers to the left-hand side here for Nickerson, who's in the gun, motioning out the running back. So now it is empty backfield, as Nickerson's going to take the snap and throw quickly to the right-hand side. And what a big hit there, as I believe that was, I think, T. Higgins possibly. So now it is 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line, as Nickerson takes the snap and throws in the back of the end zone, and that is out of the end zone for an incompletion. So it looks like Toronto is going to settle for a field goal here, as I'm not sure if that was intended for Travis Kelce, who was along the back line there, but it was just a bit inaccurate. So that is going to be a field goal there from Josh Lambo, leading this Toronto team down the field, but stalling out eventually was Trevor Nickerson. So it was good enough to tie the game up at 3 apiece. But now we hand the football back over to this Houston Texans offense, which just seemed like it could not be stopped here until they got in the red zone, which is what this defense specializes in, is red zone inefficiency, I guess, for offenses at least. And as you see, Floyd Ellis has been an absolute menace for this Houston Texans team already today, and it's not even halftime. He's got 2 sacks and a massive stop for a loss in the rushing game. So now it's 1st and 10, and another handoff here, and getting some yardage this time up to the 28-yard line is Phillip Lindsay. He's back into the positive yardage department here. So now it is 2nd and 7, and Watson's going to take the snap and throw over the middle for the dump-off, and is unable to secure the ball there. I don't know if he heard footsteps or what there. So now it's 3rd and 7, empty backfield for Watson, as he's going to take the snap here and scan the field. Has a guy in the... well, had a man there, but if he would have thrown that a little bit sooner, he might have been able to get the first down, as Duke Johnson was open. But now, nice play by Jordan Hicks to come up and make the tackle there pretty quickly. So that was only a gain of 5, as they needed 7, so that might be a 3 and out here from Houston. And they are electing to punt this one, as we're going to see a return here, and it's going to go out past the 25 to the 28, as I believe that was Travis Etienne making a return. So now 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Let's see if Nickerson can continue the play here, as Aaron Jones with a nice run up the middle gets up to the 32-yard line, gain of 4 there. It's now going in I formation on 2nd and 6, and it's going to be a fake to the running back, and under pressure is Nickerson, as it is caught on the sideline in the face of pressure. Nickerson throws an absolute dime on the sideline. So now it is 1st and 10, and a quick throw over the middle, and that is caught at the 29-yard line. Going up and getting it is CeeDee Lamb for 26 yards. And it seems like when you pressure Nickerson, it just puts a fire under him. Unlike anything, he just gains that little bit of, I guess, easiest way to say it is I don't know, just desire more than anything to beat you. When you pressure him, it gives him an extra incentive. So now it is 1st and 10, and once again over the middle, and a nice catch here. That time it is T. Higgins with the reception down to the 13-yard line, as that is his 3rd catch on the day. As Nickerson just continues to attack the middle of the field and doing it with some pretty impressive plays here and great efficiency on top of that. So now it is going to be 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Empty backfield here for Nickerson. He's going to continue to throw it, and this time outside. That is caught at the 7 as CeeDee Lamb gets out of bounds there. Gain of 6 yards. His 2nd catch on the day. It's too bad he couldn't turn upfield there because he might have had a touchdown. As you see, nice look there on the pylon cam. So now it is 2nd and 4 at the 7-yard line. Still a chance to get a 1st down if they need to. As Nickerson throws here to Travis Kelce, who is powering his way forward to the 2. And that is exactly what they do, is get a 1st down here. So now it is 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Nickerson still in the gun as he's going to go for the handoff, and this is getting blown up in the backfield. Aaron Jones right now is struggling to run the football, as I believe that was Julian Aquara who made the play in the backfield. Nice play there from this Houston defense. So now it is going to be 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line, I believe. Back under center for Trevor Nickerson. But they're electing to throw here as Nickerson throws to the end zone, and that is, well, dropped. It's a good thing it wasn't caught because it would have been a penalty as the receiver had a foot out of bounds there. So it is 3rd and goal, and empty backfield for Nickerson as he throws outside. That is caught, but no gain there as Travis Kelce gets stopped pretty quickly. So that's going to set up another field goal here for this Toronto offense. Another chance where they get inside the 5-yard line but just can't execute well enough to find the end zone. And this Toronto team is going to need to figure out a way to find the end zone. These field goals aren't going to cut it if they want to win this game. And while, yes, they do have the lead now after Josh Lambo hits that one, making it 6-3, they are going to need to figure out something, some way to get into the end zone. Because as a general rule, if you don't score touchdowns, you don't win football games, usually. Although Toronto has been able to do it in the past without scoring touchdowns because their defense has done that for them. But so far today, seems like Toronto's defense is not going to be putting up any points on the board, but they are getting after this Houston offense, that's for sure. See if we can get another nice defensive stand here. So now it's 1st and 10 at the 25. I formation here as it's going to be a fake to the running back. Watson throws short, caught on the sideline, gain of 6 yards there. So now it's 2nd and 4. That was Anthony Sherman, the fullback, with the reception on 1st down. And a quick throw here, and this is caught once again. Gain of 4 yards on that one, making it 3rd and inches. That was Nick Vannett, the tight end, who had a massive game last time against against Toronto, as Watson again elects for the quick pass, and Vannett with the reception, and that's a 1st down. So maybe they figured out a way to essentially paper cut this Toronto team all the way down the football field, these short, quick passes. They're trying to negate this pass rush that has been an absolute problem for this Houston O-line. So it is 1st and 10. About 3 minutes to go in this first half, and it's going to be a handoff as it is getting blown up. Once again, that is Floyd Ellis, his second tackle for a loss in the running game. And he is just putting together a massive game today, just proving why he should continue to be considered one of the best defensive players in the NFL. So he is sitting up here at 2nd and 11 as Watson is empty backfield. And he's going to take this and quick throw to the right-hand side. That is caught, but nowhere to go as that is Yates with the reception. Gain of about 3 yards there, so it's 3rd and 8. They're going empty again here as Watson quickly again throws to the right-hand side this time, and that is caught for a 1st down out to the 45. That is Yates' 3rd reception as that leads us to the 2-minute warning. So this Texans team is closing in on field goal range here. So Watson, 1st and 10 here, as he's going to drop back and look over the middle and find a completion. Gain of about 5 yards there out to the 40. They're hurrying it up here, no huddle. 2nd and 5 here. Once again, another jump off to the running back. Only a couple of yards that time, though, so it's 3rd and 3 as Watson continues to find receivers, as this time it is caught on the outside. What a touch throw there by Watson, just dropping it over the defender on the sideline. As Yates makes the catch and gets both feet in bounds. As if I don't think that throw would have got there any other spot, because I think Branch would have got a hand on it. So a nice play there by Deshaun Watson, and that puts him in field goal range. So 1st and 10 here as Yates gets another reception here. Short one for about 6 yards as they finally take a timeout here. Houston does. So now it is second and 4. 59 seconds to go, and a quick throw over the middle. Inaccurate, though. So 3rd and 4 as Deshaun Watson finds his target over the middle this time, completed down to the 14-yard line. 2nd timeout. What a throw there on 1st down. Deshaun Watson goes to the end zone, finds Yates. As they just attack the seam there, it looks like. Right behind Williams. As the booth is double checking to make sure he gets both feet in bounds. And it looks like they did confirm the ruling on the field. Touchdown Houston. What a throw by Deshaun Watson. Right over the defender and just on the back line. Great play by Yates to get both feet in bounds. So that leaves 49 seconds on the clock, and Houston takes the lead 10-6 in this one. Good return out to the 30 here by Travis Etienne. Bear with me if I feel, or if I sound a little sick. But 45 seconds to go as Nickerson is going to try and lead this team down the field. He's going to start off with a reception here over the middle to none other than Travis Kelce. 19 yards there. It's now 1st and 10 at the 49 as Nickerson again drops this one off, but getting some nice open field movement there from the running back, I believe, Aaron Jones with the reception. As second timeout taken by Toronto, so now it is 2nd and 1. 33 seconds to go as it's going to be thrown over the middle and knocked away there. Dangerous throw. Could have been intercepted there by Zach Cunningham. So now it is 3rd and 1 as Nickerson's going to drop back and dump it off over the middle. That is Aaron Jones with a nice spin move, and they're going to need to try and clock this one to try and get another play. 20 seconds and counting here. 14 seconds and counting, and I'm not sure what they're doing. A nice play there by Aaron Jones, though, to get away from the defender, but unfortunately, 2 more come up to make the tackle. So now they have 9 seconds to go, and they're going to hike this one as Nickerson on the move throws deep downfield, and that is caught with time to spare. What a play by Trevor Nickerson, rolling out, throwing across his body on the run, and none other than Travis Kelce with the reception and getting down before time runs out with 1 second to spare as they are able to get a field goal there at the end of the half. So let's take a look around the league at halftime here. Let's see what's happening. As we're going to travel up to Baltimore, where Tennessee came to town, and looks like Lamar Jackson and company put Tennessee down as Trey Lance could not lead the Titans to a victory. So that will help out our cause for the division. So then Pittsburgh is playing host to Josh Allen and the Bills, and they are getting beat up right now as Josh Allen already has 200 yards, and it's just getting to halftime. So then up in Minneapolis, New England is coming to town, and Cam Newton is looking quite good so far for the Patriots, but so is Newman for the Vikings. Really good quarterback play out there. Only 1 incompletion between the two of them as New England leads 14-7 right now. So coming back to this one here in Toronto as we're going to get this second half started as Houston gets the ball to start the second half with a 1-point lead and a nice return here out to the 32-yard line as Baker gets a good one there, and that's going to be where Deshaun Watson and company come out onto the football field and try and get something going. As you saw to end the first half, they were able to get to the end zone. First time anyone has so far today. And let's see if they can do it again as Watson is going to fake to the running back here and dump it off short. That is caught, and it looks like a face mask as a flag comes down. And that is exactly what it is, as Big Play Slay with the face mask call. Come on now, you're a veteran, you should know better. So that's going to be 15 free yards there for Houston. So now Deshaun Watson in the gun is going to hand this one off up the middle as Floyd Ellis is there to make the stop. Gain of about 2 yards. It's now 2nd and 8 at the 47. And again going up the middle, and this time it is a linebacker coming up to make the stop. Gain of about 4 yards on that one. Demario Davis with the tackle. 3rd and 4 now. As Deshaun Watson's going to complete this one as a really nice wrap-up as Big Play Slay. Once again, making a play. This time he is making up for what he did earlier in the drive by making a nice tackle there on a much larger player there. That is Nick Vannett, the tight end, and Big Play Slay just comes up and wraps him up and puts him down A nice play there in the open field. So, looks like they are going to punt this one away, and an errant punt here as it goes out of bounds at the 25. Not sure what Brian Anger was doing there. Not sure if it came off the side of his foot or what. Maybe the cold air got to him. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 25, and that is where Trevor Nickerson gets another opportunity. Led a very impressive drive to end the half there to find 3 more points. So now Nickerson putting a man in motion from right to left as he's going to drop back and throw over the middle. That is caught. Tight end Travis Kelce with another reception. I believe that is his 7th on the day. That one goes for about 9.5, and Nickerson over 200 yards passing now. As you see Travis Kelce being a focal point of this offense today, as that's kind of to be expected here. It's now 2nd and inches. It's going to be a handoff up the middle as Aaron Jones powering his way through defenders, getting up to the 40-yard line for a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 at the 40, and you've got Aaron Jones coming out of the backfield here, out wide, so empty backfield now. As Nickerson throws errantly over the middle, almost intercepted. That could have been a pick 6. Very dangerous one there from Trevor Nickerson, as he's had a couple of those today where you just question what he's doing. And so here on 2nd down, it's going to be a throw underneath to Aaron Jones, as that is caught and gain about 7 yards on that one. His 3rd catch of the day. So now 3rd and 3, and a nice blitz pickup, and what a play there by Nickerson to get the ball off, but he got absolutely clobbered as a defender batted that one away. Surprised that wasn't a fumble, but that is going to end this drive right there, as that was J.J. Watt getting in there and blocking that pass, as Skipper was the one who got his hands on the quarterback there. So a lot of pressure today from both of these defenses. So now going with the punt here, as a pretty good one, and it's just going to barely get into the end zone, as Matt Hack was unable to get it to settle down, but that's going to lead Deshaun Watson, who only has 2 incompletions on the day. Pretty efficient day so far for him. Back out there on the football field. And they're going to the running game here, though. And a nice move there as Duke Johnson, another one. What a play there, as he's just breaking ankles left and right. What a play by Duke Johnson. A gain of about 15 yards on that one, and a 1st down. And that is, I couldn't tell who that was, but that is Jalen Thompson on the back end that he was able to slip away from, and I believe that might have actually been Marshawn Lattimore. Or maybe that was Richie Branch, I couldn't quite tell. So now it is 1st and 10, and this time, though, the defensive front says no, 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 as they put Philip Lindsay on his back here, and another tackle for a loss for Floyd Ellis. What a day that Floyd Ellis is having, as he and Micah Parsons pair up for that one. One of the most dominant defensive performances I have seen from a single player in some time. So now it is 2nd and 12, and a quick throw over the middle, and that is caught and immediately brought down. That was a nice play there. Ryan Kerrigan turned around to make that tackle, so it is now 3rd and 10, and a quick throw outside caught by Yates, but brought down pretty quickly there, as that was Branch with the tackle, making up for the missed one that he had on Duke Johnson earlier in the drive. So that was Yates' 7th catch on the day as well. He seems to be pretty involved in this Houston offense. But you know who we haven't seen much of? Jamar Chase so far in this one. He's been awfully quiet. So it looks like Marshawn Lattimore, that's why we pay him big money, because he is doing his job today. And a booming punt there into the end zone for Brian Anger. So now it is 1st and 10 for the Toronto offense, as you see Aaron Jones is struggling today. He's averaging about 2 yards a carry right now. So let's see if we can't get a little bit of extra space for him. Maybe we start by throwing it deep there, and that is going to be CeeDee Lamb. Not really deep, gain of about 7 yards, but get it downfield hopefully should open up the running game. As a fake to the running back here, and throwing deep downfield, and that is caught on the sideline. Jesper Horsted, that's right, the 3rd tight end, making a catch in this one. Nice one on the sideline as well. Nice play there as Horsted continues to impress. Every time that I see him on the football field, it is always a positive when he's out there. So now it is 1st and 10 and a handoff here, and a nice move as Aaron Jones gets outside and getting out to the 36. He's making some moves. Nice run there, and that's what I'm talking about. Use the passing game to open up some lanes for the rushing attack. As a nice play there from Aaron Jones, he makes a man miss and then just puts on the burners. Wow, look at that. Nice juke there, as that is Roby with the missed tackle, and then another missed tackle. Just showing off the speed. Nice stuff there from Aaron Jones. It's now 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line, nearing field goal range as they're going to hand it off again. This time Jones goes up the middle, gain of about 2. It's now 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line. And it's going to be a quick throw outside, caught by CeeDee Lamb, as he looks to have gained nothing on that play. So now it is 3rd and 9. A couple of receivers to the right-hand side here for Nickerson as he takes this snap and throws over the middle. That is intercepted by Akeem Moore as he jumps in front of the intended target there. As Nickerson, who has been playing fairly safe today, finally has one of those questionable throws intercepted. And a nice play by Akeem Moore to just go up and get it. He looked like a receiver on that one. Pretty impressive stuff there from the linebacker. So now Houston at their own 29-yard line, taking over, as they're going to go ahead and throw this one outside, and that is caught. Gain of about 3 yards there. Good tackle. So now it is 2nd and 6 as Deshaun Watson tries to fake to the running back here and looking deep downfield, and that is going to be almost caught. I thought it was caught there, but knocked out by Marshawn Lattimore. What a play there by Lattimore to get in there and make sure that ball doesn't get completed. So now it is 3rd and 6, and a quick throw outside that is caught but taken down immediately. I believe that is Big Play Slay on the tackle there. So no gain on that one, as they were trying to get Will Fuller the ball. As we've seen what he can do with his speed, but you gotta get him out there in the open field. So now they're going to punt this one away. A nice 3 and out. Good defensive stand there, despite the offense struggling a little bit here all of a sudden. The defense is coming up big. As you see, Nickerson, he started out having a pretty good day, and then that interception kind of mars his day. So that means he's got to get at least one touchdown to even it out. So a handoff here to Jones, who finds the edge and comes back inside, powering his way up to the 29-yard line for a gain of 9 on that run. Good, powerful run there from Aaron Jones. They're going back to him as it looks like he's going backwards. I don't know what was happening there. Loss of 2. As Charles Omenihu gets in there. It looks like those defenders were just pulling him backwards. It's now 3rd and 3. This is an important down here for this Toronto offense. As Nickerson's going to throw quick over the middle, and that is incomplete. Another jumped ball there that gets batted down. That one was intended for T. Higgins. So that's going to set up another punt here. And another 3 and out. We've had a couple of those in a row now. As Matt Hawk sends this one away. Pretty good punt here. And some great punt coverage. Showing off the speed there is none other than Richie Branch. As you see, Duke Johnson hasn't been that involved on the ground today. He does split reps with Philip Lindsay, but he has had some catches out of the backfield that have made an impact. It's now 1st and 10, and as he is going to get a carry here, getting up to the 28-yard line. Actually, that's Philip Lindsay with the carry, my bad. Gain of 5 yards there for him. And that'll be the last play of the 3rd quarter. As going into the 4th quarter, your Houston Texans, if you're a Houston fan, are leading right now. 10-9 over our Toronto Huskies. So it'll be marked as a 4th quarter comeback if Nickerson can lead them to a win today. As that is a Philip Lindsay carry for about a yard, making it 3rd and 4 here. As Watson takes a snap, throws over the middle. That is caught. Nice catch there. I believe that is Nick Vanette once again for a 1st down. His 7th catch of the day, but only 22 yards, so not really getting very far downfield. He's kind of that safety net, though, for Deshaun Watson whenever the pressure starts to come. Seems like they've been utilizing him in that form, essentially in that form as a quick release check down option to try and negate this pressure. So it is 1st and 10 at the 35, and a handoff here delayed, and it is going to have a gain of maybe 2 yards out of that as Richie Branch with a nice tackle there on Philip Lindsay. So now it is 2nd and 8. 9.5 to go in the 4th quarter, and it is a nice play there. Nice move by Philip Lindsay getting out there. Gain of about 6 yards on that carry. Setting up a 3rd and 2. They got some extra big bodies here. Quick throw outside, though, and that is going to go nowhere, actually backwards, as that had no chance, as that was the first catch of the day for Jamar Chase. And I believe Chase might end up going, and if he doesn't get any more receptions, he might have a negative yardage today in his stat total. Nice play there by Marshawn Lattimore to make the tackle as well. So another punt here from these two teams, and this one is a good one, pinning him inside the 10 down at the 8. It's like Brian Anger got his revenge there after a pretty poor punt earlier in this game. So let's see if Nickerson can get this offense rolling again. We need to get something on the board, whether it's even a field goal. We'll take that at this point. And he's going to start at the 8 and drop him back and getting the ball off, but inaccurately, as he had a man coming at him. That was a little worrisome. So now 2nd and 10 as Nickerson's going to throw this one, dumping it down, and whoa, what a play there. Nice hurdle by Aaron Jones going over the defender. Nice play. That's a first down for Jones. It's now 1st and 10 as Nickerson going outside and incomplete on a contested catch there for Keontae Bonds. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line as Nickerson's going to drop back, have a man open, but that is no chance because J.J. Watt finding his way to the quarterback for the first time today, but in a big moment there. Nickerson had Aaron Jones on the check down, but he was trying to push it downfield. And it cost him that time. So now 3rd and 18 here at the 12-yard line. And it's going to be a fake to the running back here. And under pressure and going nowhere but down is none other than Nickerson once again. I believe that was Lonnie Johnson Jr. coming off the edge as a defensive back and making something happen there. Getting in with a quick sack. As they didn't have much downfield anyways, by the looks of things. So Matt Hawk punting from his own end zone here. As he gets a big one. Wow. Wow. Actually going through the other end zone. So that is going to end up being a touchback. Impressive stuff there from Matt Hawk. Essentially a flip of about 60 to 80 yards there. So now 1st and 10 at the 20 as Watson's going to hand this one off, and stumbling his way forward is Philip Lindsay, who tripped on his blocker's feet right there. Unfortunate. That goes nowhere. So now it is 2nd and 10. Empty backfield for Watson as he throws this one out to the right and completed for a first down. That was Yates once again, his 8th catch, I believe, on the day. Nice day there from Yates. And a fake to the running back here. 1st and 10. Watson throws, and that is intercepted by the defense. That is Marshawn Lattimore making a play. It's 20th interception already in his career. As Watson, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. It was one-handed too. Impressive stuff. As that was Jamar Chase finally getting a target, and that's what happens. That's why you pay the man big bucks. That right there. As the offense comes back out onto the football field, but what a play there by Marshawn Lattimore. Give the man some respect. He has really shut down Jamar Chase in this one. So now, 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Nickerson in a plus territory already. And the drive just started, and he continues to push the ball downfield. And this time it is T. Higgins with the reception. Getting it all the way down to the 14-yard line. 26 yards right there. And a nice throw as Higgins had plenty of separation on that out route. I believe that was Bradley Roby come up for the tackle. Nickerson, though, 1st and 10, outside and over the head of Travis Kelce. So now 2nd and 10, handoff to Aaron Jones, who goes backwards on this one. I believe that might have been Zach Cunningham coming up for the tackle, along with Duke. Actually, was that Zach Cunningham? I couldn't quite tell there. But here we go, 3rd and 12, and going to the end zone. That is almost intercepted. Nickerson's got to be careful there, as he almost threw away some easy points for Toronto. So that should set up a Josh Lambo field goal here. And that is a good field goal. So Toronto right now leading, again, 12-10. 2-point lead for Toronto. So the ball is back in Houston's court here, and we'll have to see if they have an answer. So far, they haven't had any points scored since that touchdown before halftime. So it has been a second half shutout by this Toronto defense. Impressive stuff so far, as they've really limited Deshaun Watson to nothing but checkdowns. It's now 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line, 4.5 to go. Watson's going to take the snap here and step up and throw over to the right-hand side. That is caught. This time, Jamar Chase finds the football for a first down. So 14-yard gain there, and it's going to be a fake to the running back on first down and going deep downfield, and again, Jamar Chase is open, and again, he finds the football. So his third catch on the day. When they need him most, Jamar Chase is showing up big. As you see there, looks like Marshawn Lattimore wasn't on him, and that might have been the problem. I mean, Lattimore shut him down the entire game. Why take him off? Don't know what they were thinking there. Looked like it might have had zone coverage. It's now 1st and 10 at the 36. Watson's going to throw again and again. That is once more Jamar Chase. Third straight catch, as he has single-handedly moved Houston down the football field. It's now 2nd and 2, and a quick throw outside as he was under pressure. That is caught by not Jamar Chase. Sorry about that. Nick Vannett, though, was the target there, and a big hit right there by a Darius Evans in the backfield. 6-yard loss. Look at that. Philip Lindsay had no idea what hit him, as he just went flying. Darius Evans making his presence known. So now empty backfield, 2nd and 16. 2:03 left to go in field goal range, as Watts is gearing up to throw to the end zone. And it is caught, but out of the back of the end zone. It's now 3rd and 16. Handoff. Wow. As they get a yard on that. Jordan Hicks with the tackle. I'm surprised they handed that one off and didn't try and push it downfield. But I guess Houston just going for the easy field goal here, hopefully. And that will give them the lead over your Toronto Huskies. And it is good. Fairbairn with the field goal there, giving them the 13-12 lead. First points in the second half for this Houston offense, and they are the points to go ahead. So you got 1:13 to do it. Kian Nickerson, get the job done. Well, he'll be starting at his own 31-yard line, so pretty good starting field position, thanks to Travis Etienne. A 1:09 to go here. Three timeouts. Nixon drops back. Quick throw here, and it is caught. Oh, no, it is not caught. In and out of the hands of the intended target. So now 2nd and 10. Nixon drops back. Quick throw here. Caught by Travis Kelce. They're going to take a timeout. Well, they gain a 4. It's now 3rd and 6 at the 35. Sending Aaron Jones out of the backfield, so empty backfield, 3rd and 6. And a throw to the left-hand side. That is caught, and going downfield, that is none other than Keontae Bonds. Big play up to the 39-yard line as Nickerson, no huddle here, and they're going to hand this one off, and it is going nowhere. Aaron Jones getting stuffed in the backfield. So now it's 2nd and 12, 30 seconds to go, 1 timeout. Can Nickerson get a quick throw here outside? It is caught, and getting a little bit of yardage there up to the 37. They're going no huddle, and they decide to take the timeout. 11 seconds to go. This is a big kick here if they attempt to go with the kick, and they are from the 37-yard line, and it looks like Houston is going to try and ice Josh Lambo. Here we go. This is for all the marbles. You make this, Toronto should win. You miss it, and that's game. And they hit the kick. Big leg. And it is no good. No good. Josh Lambo misses it to the right. Oh my gosh. What an attempt. He had plenty of leg, but just didn't have the accuracy there. Ah, that is so tough. So tough. So in the victory formation as Deshaun Watson takes the snap and ends the game. As that is the final, 13-12 here. Low scoring affair in Toronto as the Houston Texans come to town and get the job done. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because this defense really did play phenomenally well in this one. The offense, though, they got to figure it out. As you can see, Nickerson is upset, but he did have a pretty good day. Over 300 yards passing. I mean, he had that one interception, and it ended up being pretty costly, but it's tough. It is tough. I will say that. So it's unfortunate, but I really would like to have seen more out of Aaron Jones in this one. I mean, the rushing attack just wasn't there for either team, actually. And as you see, Nick Vannett, 8 catches but only 30 yards. So, yes, 8 catches for Travis Kelce as well. He had a big presence in this game. Nice game overall for a lot of the receivers in this one. They showed up pretty big when they needed to most. And let's go ahead and see. Big tackle for loss. Big day in general for Floyd Ellis. 3 tackles for loss, 6 total tackles, and 2 sacks. And, I mean, look at it. He had a better day than J.J. Watt. So, if that says anything, I don't know. But we'll have to see. Any other sacks today? Floyd Ellis and, obviously, Micah Parsons with that 1 sack. Marshawn Lattimore with the interception on defense. Pretty good day overall defensively. I don't think there was anything that we can complain about on the defensive side of the football, but really the only thing that needs to happen, and our offense just needs to get the ball rolling a little bit more here. So that is going to bring us back to 500, and that's a couple losses in a row now for this Husky squad. So they got to figure some things out as we're going to go ahead and, there's a media question. Let's go ahead and answer this. So it says you're fighting for a playoff spot positioning right now, but with 2 straight losses, do you feel like an opportunity is slipping away? It's a good question. So I am going to go ahead and say no, absolutely not, because I do believe that we've hit a bump, but this is a playoff team. It's as simple as that. I think this is a playoff team, hands down. If we can get things going, I think this squad should be primed to make the playoffs. So let's go ahead and advance this thing to next week as we set up for a meeting with none other than the Philadelphia Eagles. And they are 6-3-1 right now. They had a tie at some point this season. Got a couple upgrades. Let's do those real quick. As Trayvon Diggs gets an upgrade here. And upgrade his zone coverage. And Trey Smith with an upgrade. Make him a little more well-rounded. So, all right. So this is what we got here. Let's look at the standings. As it looks like Houston was able to jump over the Titans because of that win, and the Colts now starting to find a little bit of a lead in this AFC South. So we cannot let them escape, essentially. So right now we are sitting just behind them, a game behind, but we cannot allow them to run away with this thing. It is too important, as it looks like they are 3-2 in the division already, and we are 2-3. So our best case scenario is that we can tie the Colts in terms of division win-loss ratio. So really what that means for us, look at the schedule, I believe that we did beat the Colts in week number 1. It was a long time ago now, but then we followed that up with a loss to them. So we split games with them. So if we split games with them and then essentially both end up 3-3 in the division, then it's going to go down to AFC wins. So that's going to be, we're going to really be kicking ourselves if all we needed was that field goal to win the division. But we have one more division game here in week 17 against the Titans. That'll be a big one for us. But we need to find some wins along the way here to stay in contention for the playoffs. But that is what things are looking like. Next time, we'll be traveling to Philadelphia and trying to take out the Eagles here in an important game to keep us above 500. So until then, my name is TayVikes28. I thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you all tune back in next time against the Eagles. But until then, have a great rest of your day.